So without further ado, we'll start. And I'm going to use a darker yarn so you can see where the joining part are, or else if I use white, it's really hard to see. Okay, but you use the same color as the last round for the square. And this one I made round 1 to be a color, and then round 2 and round 3 to be natural. And then the same thing, I have round 1 to be another color, round 2 and round 3 to be natural, and vice versa. So I have 4 different colors for the center, and then the second and third rounds are always white. So to join, we're going to just joining across. So if we have multiple, we have more than 4 squares, then we'll join here, here, and here, and then one straight line. And in this case, we only have 4 squares, so we only need to join a horizontal line and a vertical line. Okay. So that's starting by this 2. You want to decide where you want your color. Let's see, what did I do here? Okay, let's do the same thing. So we want to find out the first stitch we're joining. So it's the same thing as when we do whip stitch. You want to join starting from the very corner stitch. So 3 chain stitches, you want to start from the center one. And then we want to, from the front, poke into the right leg. So the leg that is facing outside. So the V shape, leg facing inward and the leg facing outward. So pick up the leg that's facing outward, and then find your other square, and then also put your hook through from the front to the leg that's outside. Okay, so now I have something look like this. And have your yarn ready. Leave enough ends to weave in later. And we're going to thread this through both loops. Okay, that's start our setup, and we're going to join this section. So we're now back to the square at the top. We want to insert our hook into the next stitch on the leg that's facing outward. So that's this one. And you want to always insert your hook from the top. And it's the same thing for the next one. You want to make sure your working yarn is out of the way. It's not on top, it's on the bottom. And then go find the next stitch on the bottom square, and the leg that's facing outward, we're going to insert our hook from the top. Now we can grab our yarn, and now we have 3 loops on top. So we're going to thread it through all 3 loops. Okay, so here is 1 stitch done. And then we're going to do the next stitch exactly the same way. The leg that is facing outward, insert our hook from the top. The next stitch, the leg that's facing outward, insert our hook from the top. We have 3 stitches on the hook, and we're going to thread it through. Okay, so all this step, you don't want to hold the yarn too tight. If you're holding it too tight, then it's gonna be a very tight joint. Just like when we do whip stitch, we want it to be joined, but we don't want it to be joined very tightly, or else you will have it all cinched in the center. So make sure that you have a good balance on your tension. And if you find that this hook is too tight for your stitch, you can change it to a larger hook, or if this hook is too large, then you can change it to a smaller hook. So we're going to insert it to the next stitch again. And so you see that it's layering. This is the beginning of, so this is the stitch that we finished from the previous, and this is the one on the top square. I inserted first, and the bottom square I inserted second, so it's actually a layer. And then I hook them through all 3 stitches, and I proceed to the next one. Just make sure that you are using the right stitch. So we just finished the double crochet cluster, and now I'm at the chain stitch connection point. So it's the same thing, the outer leg match the outer leg, and you're always inserting the hook from the top of the piece, the right side of the piece. And we'll continue to finish off this side.